Hey guys, good morning again. Alright, we are going to look at our writing plans from yesterday, and we're going to try to go ahead and get started writing our stories today. And I'm going to meet with each of you later because I want to see your story and read it with you and kind of talk about it, okay? So each of you will meet with me like one-on-one sometime today. I'm going to try to if we can work it out. So first let's look at our writing plan from yesterday. So I'm going to pull up my writing plan because I made one too. So here is my writing plan. And mine, of course, is different than yours because I have a different writing plan than you. But I just want you to kind of see mine. So in my writing plan, the characters of my story are going to be a girl named Karen, her mom, and something called a swoony poo. I know, it's funny. But a swoony poo is this made-up animal that I've thought of. So I gave it a made-up name. And my setting is going to be Karen's house. The plot of my story, kind of what I want it to be about, is that Karen finds a weird animal called a swoony poo, and her mom won't let her keep it. That's kind of what the plot's going to be about. That's what the story's going to be about. And the problem, of course, in the story is going to be Karen's mom won't let her keep the swoony poo. And I thought of how she's going to fix that problem. My solution was the swoony poo starts cleaning her house, so the mom lets it stay. That was my problem and solution for our story about Karen and the swoony poo. And of course, my story is going to be fantasy because swoony poos aren't real animals, so it's got to be a fantasy story. Remember, realistic fiction has to be real stuff. It can still be a made-up story, but it has to be about things that could be real. A swoony poo is not a real animal, so I've made a fantasy story. You could have done either one. I loved looking at your writing plans yesterday. You all had such great ideas. I couldn't wait to see how your story was going to work. But now that we've got our writing plan done, we need to take that writing plan and turn it into a story. So I'm going to try to kind of show you just a little bit with my writing plan how you can do that so that you can turn your writing plan into a story. Okay? Okay, so first thing we need to do is you can either write your story on a piece of paper and a pencil, that's fine, or if you want to type it, you can go into Microsoft Word. And I will kind of show you on your laptop. Let me get out all this stuff. Sorry. On your laptop, you probably have this thing that says Word. It's right here. If you do, you can click on that and it will bring up something called Microsoft Word. And you'd click a blank document because you want a blank one. And it's just something that lets you type. That's all it is. If it won't let you bring up Microsoft Word, your writing plan, when I made it, is in Microsoft Word. So this is what you can do. If you can't find Microsoft Word on your computer, come up here to File on your writing plan, push File, and then you're going to push New, and you're going to push Blank Document. And now they're both there. So like if you see down here on Word on the bottom of my taskbar, that's what that thing's called down here at the bottom, I can see both of them. Here's my writing plan, and here's my blank one that I'm going to type on. That way I can pull them both up and I can see both of them at the same, well, not really the same time, but I can look at them right beside each other if I need to. Okay? So I have got a blank document so I can start writing the story. And in Microsoft Word, there are some things up here you can kind of modify or make your letters and things look different. Like this is the size of how big you want to type. Of course, we wouldn't want to type this big. That's a little too big. But, you know, maybe like in 16 or 18, it makes it a little bigger so you can read. You can change the font, which means change what the letters look like. You have to pick one that looks right, though. I mean, looks like you can read it. Like, for example, there's probably some down here that, like, that's really this kind of font. It's like in cursive, and we can't really read cursive yet, so let's not pick that one. Let's pick one that is something that we can actually see. So I'm just going to pick that one. And you don't have to change it if you don't want to. You can change the color. If you go right there to all these different colors, you can make it type in whatever color you want. I'm going to go with purple today. I'm going to make my letters just a little bigger just to make it easier to see. But okay. I am ready to type now. I've done all that fancy stuff to make my letters look the way I want it to. Sorry guys, I'll get back to that in a second. Okay. I've made everything and I'm ready to start typing. So I'm going to look back at my plan. And I'm going to think. Alright, so these are my characters. Karen, Mom, and the Swoonie Poo. We're at Karen's house. I have to kind of start the story. I know that Erin's going to find this weird animal and her mom won't let her keep it. So that's kind of how I'm going to start. I need to tell how Karen found it, where she found it at. That's the beginning. Whoops, wrong button. That's the beginning. So let's see. Where do I want Karen to find this animal? Okay, in the woods. I'm going to start my story with one day Karen, found a strange animal in the woods. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Swoonie Poo. It was pink and purple. Purple. Striped. It was pink and purple striped and very fuzzy. I like that. Oops, I put "and" too many times. You can always go back and fix it. It was pink and purple striped and very fuzzy. It had an elephant nose and a pigtail. Now, how about a raccoon tail? I like that better. There we go. Okay. It was making a noise like Swoonie Poo. Karen decided to call it, or to name it, I like that better, to name it Swoonie. Names have to have capital letters. Swoonie Poo. Alright, so I've kind of got my story begin. You know, I've talked about where Karen found it. I've kind of told a little bit about what it looked like. And I've said that, you know, it was making that Swoonie Poo noise, and that's why she called it Swoonie Poo. Now, when you're typing, you notice my word Swoonie Poo is kind of got a red squiggly line under it. That's telling me that it's misspelled. But this is a made-up word, and that's the way I want to spell it, so I'm going to leave it alone. I don't have to fix it. Sometimes it will even do that when I type you guys' names. It will tell me your name is misspelled, but it's not. That's how you spell your name. So sometimes it helps you, and sometimes it doesn't. This time I'm going to ignore the red squiggly line. But okay, so now I'm going to go back to my plan and just think a little bit more. Okay, so she finds this weird animal. Okay, I got to get to my problem. The problem was Karen's mom won't let her keep it. She wants to keep it and her mom won't let her, so I need to kind of get into that next. Okay. Karen takes it home and asks her mom if she can keep it. Her mom says no. Of course, that's my problem. Her mom says, no way. I'm even going to change that a little bit. Alright, so that was my problem. My solution, remember, my solution, I said I was going to have the animal was going to clean the house, and that was going to make Mom want it to stay. So I need to kind of get into my solution now. I need to talk about my solution. Alright, so Karen takes it home and asks her mom if she can keep it. Her mom says no way. Then the Swoonie Poo starts cleaning the house. When her mom sees that, she says the Swoonie Poo can stay. And that's the end of my story. That wasn't too bad, was it? No, that wasn't bad at all. And all I had to do was take my plan and kind of turn it into a story. Kind of turn this into kind of a beginning and a middle and an end, and make sure that I told kind of what I wanted to. Now, once you have your story typed, you can always go back and add things to it to make it sound better or more interesting if you want to. A story can always be worked on until you're happy with it. but I need it to at least have, this is called a rough draft, which means it's like your first try. So I need your first try. Let the camera come back on. There we go. I need you to have a first try typed or written before you meet with me today, okay? And I'm going to be meeting I'll probably start meeting with you guys after lunch sometime, okay? Like probably after 12, I'll start meeting with everybody, and I'll just see kind of how you're doing. And we're only going to meet for a few minutes. I just want you to read me your story or look at your story if you can show it to me. And we'll kind of go over it and see if there's anything maybe we could fix or work on to make our story better. Okay? All right. I can't wait to see your stories. Good luck turning them into a story. And if you're having trouble when it's your turn to meet, I can help you turn your plan into a story too, okay? So if you're not quite ready and don't have the story written, don't worry. When we meet, I can help you. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.